Sometimes if I unplug it and plug it in again. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? Yes. It looks like it should be.
It looks like it.
Yeah. I don't have my phone, so how's that? Can you hear us now? So I'll start again.
Yeah.
Welcome. I'll make it quick. On this March 14th, 2021, as we just celebrated Shabbat HaChodesh, the Sabbath of the new moon of Nisan, the first month in the Jewish year. We call it HaChodesh, this past Shabbat, because it begins our journey into Nisan, the month of hope, the month of miracles, the month of spring, the month of Pesach.
It's like the early days of radio.
Yeah, I guess. Although, yeah, they could see us, but they couldn't hear us, right? So it's weird. Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, thanks. Thanks. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
That's okay. There was nothing coming out. I tried to sing and it wasn't happening.
See, maybe that's a sign. So, you know, it's going to be another Pesach without that big table. We usually have such a big table. But again, this year, the table will be a little bit smaller so that by next year, we can set that bigger table in the wilderness as we journey through these holy days.
Can I get a table, Susie?
That's what I was thinking about.
Can I get a table? Can I get a table in the wilderness?
Whatever it is, we will
Can I get a table, Susie?
clean, because that's what we do before Pesach. Starting with
get a
this
table
Shabbat
for two?
HaChodesh, we turn everything inside out. We clean it.
Can I get a table,
We
Susie?
clean. We take everything
Can
out.
I get a table in
Make
the
sure there's no
wilderness?
chametz.
Can I get
Nothing
a
left over
table
from the
for
past
4?
year. How do we do that this year?
Can I get
We
a table?
will.
Can I get a table in the wilderness?
We'll clean
Can I
it
get a
up.
table for 16?
I don't think that might be too big.
Can I get a table for 1?
Too small.
Open my mouth, my bones, and my
Whatever it
blood.
is, we will open
Another Passover around the table in front of the screen.
in front of the screen. Another
Watch
Zoom.
me eat, say the prayers, lift up the holy prayers about the inner cleansing that every Passover means. Free.
I really actually like the outer cleaning.
She likes the outer
I do
cleaning.
like the cleaning. I like
I do the inner
taking everything
cleaning.
out, cleaning it.
Got to be clean.
You gotta have the right.
Gotta have the right
That's
tools.
right, the right tools.
Respect for tools.
And the right products. You know,
Respect for tools and products.
I like those cleaning products.
Oh, we got that respect, Susie. I know we do. Respect for tools. So let me just ask you one question. Can I get a table?
Yeah.
Can I get a table in the wilderness, Susie? Can I get a table for 2? Can I get a table
We're gonna set that table.
in the wilderness, Susie? Can I get a table for 4? Oh, can I get a table in the wilderness? Can I get a table for 16? Yeah, can I get a table in the wilderness? Can I get a table for 1?
It was a little too cloudy last night to see the new moon, but we knew she was there.
Okay, let's greet her.
So the
Shalom
new moon,
Aleichem.
we welcome that new moon with angels.
Malachi Ashari. Malachi Elyon. Malachi Harachamim. Mi melech.
Angels of mercy.
מלכי המלכים. הקדוש ברוך הוא.
I think that's the secret. I think whatever we do it with angels of mercy. The angels
Mercy.
of mercy.
We will only yield with mercy
That's it. Grace.
and truth.
Yeah.
Chesed ve'emet.
Unconditional. It has to be unconditional. And I think maybe that's one of the secrets behind this psalm, because this psalm.
That's what we recorded yesterday. Chesed and emet.
Yeah. Loving kindness. Truth wrapped in loving kindness. It's the only way. It's the only way. It's the only way. We do our best. So, but we have to be willing to receive it as well. And in this psalm we're lost. We're a little bit lost. There's no ruler. There's no Jerusalem. We're just coming home, and we have to rebuild everything. Our lives have been upended, changed forever. The priests used to be garbed in robes, and at the bottom of the robes, little bells in the shape of pomegranates. We found them. We found one, right? It's in the Israel Museum.
I have a pair of pants like that.
I know you do. So that every time they walked, you could hear them coming and going. They had special garments, but this psalm, coming home from exile, when everything got changed, it says, the priests must be garbed, no longer in robes, but in justice. So let's offer a Mishaberach, a healing prayer for all the people that we know are sick, body, mind, and spirit.
Refuat HaNefesh, Refuat HaGuf, with the healing of the spirit, the healing of the body with the healing of the spirit, and the healing of the body, Refuat HaNefesh, Refuat HaGuf, for those we know, for those we don't know. On my right, the angel Michael, on my left, the angel Gabriel.
I'm starting to see them.
In front of me, the angel Uriel,
It's the power of practice. Do something
angel
every day.
Raphael.
Changes you.
Above my head, above my head, above my head, above my head, above my head. Shekhinah.
I've longed for the Shekhinah for a long time.
Shekhinah.
I didn't grow up with her, but somehow together we've brought the Shekhinah into our home, into our lives. She's come alive. And again, it's not the Shekhinah. She's always there. It's we who change, right? So, for Sam, for Choco, for Amy, for all the people we know, could use some healing. People on our healing prayer list. Lord, we pray for you every day. For those who have suffered loss. Hearts are broken. Families are broken.
Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. Blessed are you, great healer. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. we've got, that really is our spiritual practice as Jews. It's really learning Torah. Leads to all the other legs of the table. Tzedakah, chesed, emet.
גרב נא אלוהים את דברי תורתך בפינו ובפי עמך בית ישראל. Make the words, oh, the words of your teaching, let them be pleasant, pleasant on our lips, so that we can all of those who come into our screens can spend a time in learning for pleasure and for its implications in our lives, the works of our hands, Ma'aseh Konanehu. What we know to what we do, what we know to what we do. Make it something that we know, what we know becomes what we do, the works of our hands. We are learning for also for its purity, its purification, its cleansing nature. Blessed are you who teaches to your people in this fashion. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Jimmy. So open us to this Psalm 132. Again, we are in these 15 Psalms of Ascent, which is such a perfect thing to do as we approach Passover with her 15 steps to freedom. These 15 Psalms, Shir Hamalot, each one of them begins, LeDavid, this one, to David. Remember Adonai, David's merit. And remember in this one, David's tribulations too. So we imagine, again, those steps, those 15 steps that take us from courtyard to courtyard in the Temple Mount, that take us up the steps, approaching that Temple Mount, that unmovable mountain that continues to be there, that continues to challenge us to figure out how to live together in peace. Zion. Zion. So, Shir HaMa'alot, a song of ascents, right? And then it says LeDavid. There's your le. There's your le. Yeah. LeDavid, to David, O God, my spirit was not proud. My eyes did not look haughtily. I did not put my striving. Oh no, I'm sorry. Nope, that was the last psalm. Uh-oh. This is LeDavid, right? Shir HaMa'alot. Zachor Adonai, Zachor LeDavid. Remember, God, all of his tribulations, all of his tribulations. Remember all of his tribulations. But remember David's merit too, right? And then verse 2, remember how David swore to God, vowed to the mighty one of his ancestors, of David, of Jacob, right? And of all the ancestors, Jacob. It's, I think, important that it's Jacob. He swore to Adonai, vowed to the mighty God of Yaakov, of Israel, right? Of Israel, of Jacob, who goes back and forth between Jacob, the heel, and Israel, the one who struggles with godliness within him and prevails. Wounded, but prevails. 3, I will not enter into the tent of my house. I will not go up into the bed that is spread for me. I will not enter the safety of my house. I will not find comfort in my sleeping couch, right? I will not give sleep to my eyes, nor slumber to my eyelids. This is a beautiful image here. I will not, as tired as I am, I won't sleep. I won't slumber. Right? Until I have found the place for God in this place. I won't return, you see, to the temple. I won't bring what I've learned back from galut, from exile, back into the temple until I really find a place for God. God, a much more mature God, a God that doesn't require the same kind of sacrifice of pigeons, of goats, of, yes, we're going to feed the poor. Yes, we'll even feed the priests, but it's not the sacrifice focus anymore. It's
How about
something.
the clothes, though? How about the clothes?
Yeah, the clothes are good.
Keep the clothes.
Keep the clothes. You like the clothes of the
Into
priests.
the clothes.
I know you are.
Keep the clothes.
Keep the clothes.
The clothes are sacred and holy.
I know.
Keep the clothes.
Right, I get that. Until I find a place for God, I won't sleep. I won't return to that holy place, that mount. I won't continue to, ascent.
You got a text from me?
Hmm?
You got a text from me?
Yeah. Here, you take this one. Oh, we're up to verse 6. See, we heard it in Ephrat. We found it in the field of Yar.
I've been to Ephrat.
We've been to Ephrat in
I went there
Hebron.
with Moshe.
Yeah.
Some of the stops.
So, ancient Ephrat is different than today's Ephrat. We know that. It's complicated today. But maybe it's important. Maybe it's a message they left us for the future, that until we clean up the mess in Ephrat today and Hebron and
We found it.
all those other places.
We found it in a field of forest.
We found it in the field of Yar. So we learned something in exile, you see, that we have to bring home before we get to the top, before we ascend with clean hands and a pure heart, the mountain of God. So let us go to God's abode. Let us bow low at God's footstool. What we've learned, we're going to take with us. Proceed, go before us, God, to your place of serenity, you and the ark of your power. Remember that it was David who brought the ark back, right? It was David who brought the ark back to Jerusalem. And danced. And he kind of danced a little bit wildly in front of the ark. I think he was opening up this notion that there needed to be joy, that it didn't need to be so serene, it didn't need to be so fixed.
Yeah.
That we had to open things up. God bless you, David. You taught us not just how to sing, but how to swing. I know you were trying to teach us that, and I know that maybe people misunderstood you.
And bringing back the ark cleaned up the place, too.
Yeah, bringing back the ark, because in the ark was the instruction.
Yeah.
It wasn't the ark itself, it was the instruction that it held, the path to holiness, right? Your place of serenity, you and the ark and your power. So there is verse 9, which is, I love this verse. Let your priests now, let them be garbed in justice. And your devoted, let them shout for joy for the sake of David, your worshiper. Again, David is not, it's not a king in a royal sense here, right? David does something different here. He says, no, I'm your worshiper. Yeah. I'm not the king. I'm the servant.
Yeah.
David, like Moses, is a servant of the people. Do not reject your anointed.
Yeah.
What does that mean? It's not anointed to be king. It's anointed to be Mashiach.
Yeah.
To be the servant, the one who brings peace through justice. Verse 11, God swore to David a faithful oath, and God will not go back on it. The descendants of your line I will set upon this throne. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And
there's a promise there. What does that mean?
The fruit of your body, your
beautiful.
Your descendants.
But if your sons, your people, keep my covenant and the testimony that I teach them,
then I will teach them,
and also their children for all time,
and their children.
Those will be the ones that sit upon your throne.
Those will be the ones on the throne.
You know, you want to be a light to the nations. Good. You want to be a light to the nations, people? Get what that means. Get what that means.
Because
For God has chosen Zion and desired it for a
dwelling,
home,
a place.
a dwelling place.
The place.
Right? Hamakom. One of the names for God. Hamakom, the place, right? This is my serene place for all time, God says. I will dwell here, for I have desired it. Whether it's a church or a mosque or a temple,
I have hope for it.
Whatever it is, let the priests that serve there be clothed in justice. I will abundantly bless its food supply. Its needy must be sated with bread.
I will satisfy them with bread.
Yeah, bread. Let them be satisfied with bread. Nourished.
I will fill their spiritual needs and their physical needs.
Sated.
It's hard to be holy when you're hungry.
It's hard to be holy. That's beautiful. That's so true when you're hungry. And then it says, and then the real priests, will be clothed in deliverance, right? In redemption. Devoted shall shout out with joy. There I will make a horn. Sprout for David. I have set in place a lamp for my anointed.
And as for your enemies,
the light.
You can't forget your enemies.
Okay, that's how it ends, verse 18.
The psalmist never forgets the enemies.
There is an enemy.
There is real opposition.
I know. There are people out there who would hurt you.
How lofty your idea is, there is true opposition.
But what if the people who hurt you are people that you love?
Well, they're going to be clothed with shame. And you know what? The crown is going to blossom on David anyway.
Amen.
The place for God.
This is, the psalm, I think, gives us a lot to ingest with that bread, right?
Remember, O God, to David all his troubles.
The psalmist pleading with God not to renege on that promise.
How he swore to God, I will not come into the tent, my house, go up to the cushions. It's cushions, I will not give over sleep.
Yeah.
Slumber
God,
to my eyelids.
In
until I find the place for God.
So, this guy says, remember that in this psalm, in verse 11, God speaks. I often have God speaking here. Of the fruit of your body, I will set for you upon the throne. God speaks in this psalm. So we're ascending. We're getting closer to the mountaintop. And with each step, remember the psalmist that said, have clean hands and a pure heart. And sometimes that means having to say you're sorry, having to ask for forgiveness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, let's hear what you did with it. You ready?
Until I find a place for God. The place for God. Remember, O God, to David all his troubles, how he swore to God. I will not come into the tent, my house. I will not go up to the cushions. I will not give over sleep to my eyes or slumber to my eyelids until I find the place for God. Dwelling place for the great. Jacob, we heard it in Ephrat. We found it in the field of the forest. We come to the dwellings. We bow down at the footstool. Get up, O God, to your resting place, you and the ark. The ark. Your priestliness clothed in righteousness and piety and joy for you, David, your servant. Do not turn from your anointed. God swore to David truth. From the fruit of your body I set you on the throne. If your children will keep my covenant, I will teach them also their children. A throne for you forever, for God has picked you for a dwelling place. This, my resting place, forever. Here I will stay. I will bless with abundance and satisfy the need with bread. Dress your priestliness with salvation and the pious ones with joy. There I set a lamp for my anointed, a beam for David. But I will clothe his enemies in shame. But for him, a crown will blossom. Song of Ascent. March 14th, 2021. After Psalm 132, Tehillim on the ceiling. Bless our President, our Vice President, and all their noble retinue.
Amen. Amen. So we only have 2 Psalms left in these 15 Psalms of Ascent. And I think they've really helped us move through the last of the past year and help us begin this new year of Nisan that will bring us to Pesach. So we gotta clean and prepare to set that table, no matter how small it might be this year.
Make it clean.
Clean.
Make it
Clean and set the table. So
Set
we will
the
be
table.
back tomorrow morning.
Clean.
We'll be back
Make it
tomorrow morning. You
clean.
want to sing something?
Clean.
Want to hear
No.
Psalms? No? Okay. Oh, so it's daylight savings, so we hope everybody has a day of lift, a day of light
Light.
with the new moon, maybe
Make it
the clouds
clean.
clearing so that we can see her
Clean.
tonight. And we'll see you back tomorrow morning with Psalm
Make it clean.
133.
Clean.
Have a
Make it
great day.
clean. Clean.
Thanks for joining us
Clean. Clean.
in this journey
Clean.
upward
Clean.
through these Psalms. It's quite a journey. So today I'm just going to hold those priests clothed in justice.
I love the
Cleaning
garments, the priestly clothes.
Yeah, I know you do. I was never into the clothes.
Clothed in mercy, clothed in truth.
Yeah, for someone who loves clothes, you're wearing the same overalls every day.
I wear the same
know.
overalls every
I
day.
wonder if anybody notices that.
I got little bells on the bottom.
You can look that up in the Israel Museum. The archaeologists found these
Clothed in
little,
bells of mercy.
these little beautiful
Clean,
bells
clean, make
that
it
were
clean, clean,
sewn onto the bottom of the priestly garments.
make it clean.
As the priests made that ascent, you could hear the bells.
Here I come with the bells on the bottom of my pants. Bell bottom pants. Make it clean, clean.
Have a great day, everyone. Thanks again for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30.